Masters in management or masters in science. So there are a lot of questions around these two topics. Which one is better, what to choose, what will suit my interests or my background, and what's the requirements. So I'm going to address all these questions in this particular video. So hi everyone, my name is Rohit Jha, and in this video I'm going to talk about key differences between these two programs. So I have a corporate experience of around 13 years, and through these videos I share my experiences and insights on a variety of global MBA, MIM and MS programs, a lot of career opportunities, interview as well as on resume skills. So that's the reason you should subscribe to our channel, and more importantly, please press the bell icon button on your screen so that you will be notified whenever we'll upload new videos. So before wasting too much of a time, what I'm going to tell you, I'm going to just quickly tell you what's the brief of this video. So three things I'm going to talk about in this video. Number one is the program overview or the difference between these two programs. Number two, I'm going to talk about the entry requirements and the process which they follow for these two programs. And number three is how actually to choose between these two programs and what you need to have to decide whether you should go for an MIM or you should go for an MSc program. So let's start with the first discussion. So let's talk about the program overview. So in case of an MIM program, it's a Masters in Management program. It clearly says it's a business management program where you will understand different business functions, finance, marketing, operations, information technology, and you will also understand the linkages of these business functions. So the program is structured in a way that first you need to understand all the basics initially, where you will study all the courses in the first 2 semesters, and then moving on you are going to take a specialization in whatever field you think that your background will suit, or you are very much interested. So you can take anything in the upcoming 2 semesters or the second year, you can say, in this program. But again, it's a business management program and it's a general program. You won't become an expert even after taking a specialization. More or less you become a business expert. You will enhance your problem solving skills, logical skills, leadership skills. These are the skills which they focus on this program. Now on the other hand, if you talk about the MSc program, it's a very specialized program in one particular domain. Now if you are sure that I'm going to make a career in, for example, business analytics or maybe data analytics or finance or any other domain, international business, then this is a program for you. So in this program you're going to be a specialist in one particular course. So that's why these programs are even shorter in nature, because they are not going to focus on building your basics initially as compared to an MIM program. They will directly jump on to the specialization. So they expect you to know the basics, and you need to have very strong quantitative skills or research skills if you are applying to these MSc programs. And that we'll see in the future video, or in this video only, how you can actually decide which program to take. So this is about the program overview. Now let's talk about the entry requirements for these two programs. Though most of the requirements are same for these two programs, but there is a slight difference in some of the aspects, and that I am going to tell you in this video. So number one, of course, in terms of your eligibility in a bachelor's degree. So for MIM programs, you just need to have a bachelor's degree. There is no special requirement. It could be in any discipline. So you just need to have bachelor's degree from the right accreditation. You can just check the accreditations with respect to the university and college requirements, and you need to fulfill the right credits. So in most of the cases, if you are from tier 1 or tier 2 university in your own country, then most likely you are going to qualify for the MIM programs, because there is no special requirement in MIM programs. But you do have to check if you are from a tier 3 or maybe tier 4 university in your own country, so that university might not be listed on the future university where you're going to apply. So that's very much an individual case that you need to take care of that. So this is about the MIM. Now if you talk about the MSc program requirements, now there's a slight difference here. In case of MSc, it depends on the program which you are applying for. The requirements also changes a little bit. Now for example, if you are applying to a program in international business, so then they might ask you to have a business background in your bachelor's degree, and they might ask you for specific courses that you need to study, or you have studied, and specific credit requirements as well as the grade requirements. For example, a B+ in X course or A+ in Y course, something like that. So it depends on course to course. Now, for example, if you are studying business analytics or maybe data analytics, these two terms are interchangeably used, then in that case also they might ask you for an engineering background. So 4-year education is required to do these courses, because they need a strong quantitative background to pursue these courses in MSc. So again, here the requirements changes according to the course you are applying for. Same in case of Masters of Finance, they expect you to have strong quantitative skills or strong financial management skills. So you need to check which course you are applying to, and of course you will definitely be sure, because if you're going for an MSc program, you need to have that in mind, that I'm going to apply for this particular course. So accordingly you need to check your requirements. So this is about the basic eligibility. Now, talking about a GMAT or a GRE score. Now, many schools at the MIM or the MSc level, they have waived the GMAT or GRE requirements, but I would still recommend you, if you are applying to the top 50 or top 100 schools, then you should give GMAT or GRE, even if they have written that they do not require GMAT or GRE, because they will always mention that a good GMAT or GRE can strengthen your application. So that means itself that you need to take GMAT or GRE. Now, in case of the MIM programs, I would recommend you to give GMAT, and a competitive GMAT would be around 650 plus for most of the programs. But of course, if you're eyeing the top 5 or 7 programs like St. Gallen or HEC Paris, then of course you need to have a score of 680 plus. But again, it also depends on your background and other extracurricular activities that you're going to mention through your application process as well as the essay. So it's a holistic assessment, but still for a top school you need to have a good and a high GMAT score. And in case of MSc programs, they don't mention these things, but they do prefer GRE over GMAT. So an equivalent, even if you give GMAT, so that's completely fine, an equivalent of that will be calculated by the school itself. So in case of MSc programs, go for GRE, and in case of MIM programs, go for GMAT. But again, there is no specific requirement or specific guideline on this by any school. So feel free to give any exam. If you are comfortable in GMAT or in GRE, give that exam as well. They'll calculate the equivalent. So apart from the GMAT and GRE, the process is very simple in terms of writing your SOP or the admission essays. That's more or less same for both the programs, for MIM as well as for MSc programs. In MSc programs, you need to write a quantitative writing SOP as well. So that's the extra requirement. Again, that's what I said, there's a specific requirement for MSc programs, and that depends on college to college, university to university, because in some cases, even for MSc program, they would require you to have work experience. So that I'm going to discuss in the next segment. So after these admission essays or SOP, you need to have a interview process. That's more or less same. Letter of recommendations you need to have for both the programs, and then comes the work experience part. Now, in case of work experience, of course, this is completely for freshers as well as people who have a little experience from 0 to 2 years. So for MIM programs, it's very much clear, from 0 to 2 years, it's completely fine. But for MSc, as I mentioned, there are specific university, they might ask you for a specific number of work experience as well. For example, if you apply to Smurfit College, then they'll ask for a 3-year work experience if you are applying to MS Finance program. So again, these are very much program specific. So first you need to come down to a program, and then you can find out your eligibility and what all you need to have to apply to those programs. So this is about the work experience part. Now, the third section of this video is how actually you can choose the program and what actually you need to have to get into these programs. So I'm quickly going to tell you 2-3 points. So number one, of course, in case you have 100% certain, you have a clarity in life that I'm going to be studying this particular course, for example, finance, business analytics, strategic marketing, or anything like that, then of course go for the MSc program. Else, if you are exploring your opportunities and you are not sure and you just want to take up a master's program, then of course go for the masters in management program. And in that case, of course, later on when you will study the basics, you can pick up your specialization course. So again, it's a clear demarcation of being very clear in your life. You know what I want to study, being an expert in something, or you're exploring a possibility, you want to get into management education, that could be one of the possibilities. So you can opt for MIM programs. So this is the basic difference. Number two, for example, you have already done a 4-year degree. Now in that case, you already know the basics, you have strong quantitative skills, then definitely it would be sensible to go for a MSc program in that particular area where you are interested. For example, you want to study marketing or strategic marketing. So in that, and you have a 4 years, let's say BBA degree or a bachelor's degree, BTech degree or BE degree, then in that particular skill, you can still go for an MSc program in strategic marketing because you already have the building blocks with you. So that's another way of looking at it and choosing a program. And another way is also that if you are right now sure about one particular course, then you can go for an MSc program, and in future, after working for a couple of years, you will always have an option to go for an MBA program in future. So that's another route you can take for your future planning. So that's the idea of taking a course as well. But this is of course the future planning, but I'm just telling you all the possibilities which you can take care of that. Last one is one thing, because if you have a strong interest toward quantitative skills or the research skills, and if you're really good in that, then definitely it would make sense for you to go for such programs in Masters of Science. Else I would recommend you to go for the more of the management side programs and then accordingly choose your career paths. Because again, it's, as the name says, it's Masters of Science, so definitely it's a blend of science as well as business. So you really need to have a strong quantitative acumen for this particular course. So these are the differences, and I hope I made all the differences very clear so that you can choose any course. And if you are feeling stuck or somewhere, you can just connect with us. We'll help you in choosing a course or anything related to that course or a future planning. So thank you so much for listening to me, and take care. Do like, share and comment on our videos and give your feedback. In the meantime, take care and bye-bye.